Hello, it's a big day here at Forever Be Sure. This is actually my third attempt at a video. My phone actually just fell down a few seconds ago, so we're starting all over again here. I'm gonna try and do a one-take wonder. I really want to do that. I don't want these videos to stress me or you out. So here we are. It is not donut day, folks. It is, and I'm not sitting in my favorite parking lot of Festival Foods with my donuts. I'm actually sitting in another favorite parking spot here in Eau Claire, and that is Costco. Yes, you guessed it. I'm not far from my house. I had to make an emergency trip to get my other favorite snack food, Skinny Pop. How many of you like Skinny Pop? It's my new diet plan. I am waiting to get skinny. I keep eating. I don't know. We're still waiting. Actually, it is kind of a diet plan for me. When I found out that popcorn for Weight Watcher people, and I'm not on Weight Watchers, when I found out that Skinny Pop was 0 points for them Weight Watcher people, I'm like, I'm gonna try me some of that. So I have Skinny Pop and grapes almost every day, every normal day, I should say, for lunch. I love it. I probably eat too much though. That's why I'm back here at Costco getting another supply, because I can't make it a week with just one bag. It's not gonna work, folks. All right, I'm here. It's a big day for Forever Be Sure. It's not quite November 1st, but I couldn't wait any longer. It is time to release our brand new video, Lead Me, Lord. I'm super excited for that one to get out there. Probably one of my, and I probably say this a lot, but I really mean it about this one. It might be one of my favorite FBS songs. It's just a prayer you can always pray. And huge announcement, it is the launch of our Sprinkle campaign. Guys, our end of the year Sprinkle campaign, we are praying that the Lord will bring in our goal of $35,000 for next year's projects, and then beyond. We're trying to year by year accumulate and save up for what I am considering for a 20th anniversary project. I can't even believe I'm saying that. Man, I guess it's been almost a solid 18 years since I began writing music. No, I take that back. It has been, well, okay, all that to say, it's been about 20 years since I've written music. And so that's just a long time, people. But here we are, and I keep writing music. I don't know if you have checked this out. This is our brand new CD, The Light of the World is Jesus. I'm super excited about how the Lord is going to use that album. Eight brand new songs on there, offered by donation only on our website, so check that out. Of course, it's free online all over the platforms all y'all listen to. So there's that too. And that's hence why we're doing the Sprinkle campaign. We need to raise money for these projects. They're not cheap. The Lord has been so faithful, and so I'm eager to see how he will bring in the money this coming year. So yeah, I just a few days ago went and delivered, we have a donor database, so anybody really that's given donations, I'm pretty diligent about keeping their info. And so in this time of year, and actually throughout the year, I'll send some mailings out as well to keep connected. But I sent out a whole bunch of letters a few days ago to probably many of you, and we'll see how the Lord will continue to lead in that. Hey guys, you know what? I'll just give a little brief personal family update here. Today is actually, I can't even believe I'm saying this either. So many life changes. Guys, I'm 43. It must be middle, what did they say? Midlife crisis? I'm not really in a crisis, thankfully. Felt like that. Okay, let's not go there. But I'm making sourdough, people. I'm making sourdough bread. If you would have asked me a few years ago if Heather Schaff would be making her own bread, I'd have probably laughed you to scorn. But there are, I think, at least 6 ladies, maybe 7. I was just talking to another lady at church last Sunday, and I didn't even realize she made sourdough bread. So she has her own starter, and she does it, I think, fairly regularly. So I already eat sourdough every morning. It's my go-to. I have sourdough toast with butter and coffee. It's just what I eat for breakfast. I love it. I love it. And so I thought, here I am already buying it from Hy-Vee in town. That's where I found it to be the best. And so I'm like, there's so many people around me that are already doing this. Surely Heather can do this. So I told one of my friends at church, I said, I'm going to invite myself over to your house one of these days, and you're going to teach me how to bake sourdough, because she gave me one of her loaves one time, and it was so good. In fact, all the ladies who've given me sourdough is very, very, very tasty and good. So anyway, all that to say, I bought a Dutch oven. I had a class from my friend at church. Actually, another gal came over. She wanted to learn too. And so I am doing it, folks. I'm pretty proud is not a right word. We're not supposed to be proud, right? But I'm pretty proud of myself. Okay. Well, we'll see how bread turns out tonight. The first batch last week was good, and I have consumed it. It needed more salt. So I have upped that this time. Anyway, so I'm doing sourdough. I think I need to get a KitchenAid mixer. I was mixing it today, and it was kind of a hot mess. And I think I'm going to need that. So I need to save my pennies up for that. Oh yeah. Okay. What other things? Oh, I got a new Bible, folks. I don't know. My son actually through the school that he's in provided him with a really, really beautiful Bible, and my son needed it. His Bible is literally falling apart, and it's literally because he takes it everywhere with him, which is awesome. He loves God's word. And so anyway, I got kind of jealous. I'm like, I'd kind of like a new Bible myself. And I had one, but it's tiny. And like I said, middle age, right? So it's hard to read my Bible. It's great for church. I can bring it to church because it fits in my purse, but I wanted a new Bible. So I got one, and it's a single column Bible. I don't know if you're used to that or have. So it's not the double columns, it's single column. It's so nicely laid out. So I'm very thankful for that new acquisition. Another thing, and it seems like we have a theme here just with my personal update, and that is it's not intentional, but I have also dived into, I'm not a crunchy person. I don't consider myself a very crunchy person, but apparently I'm leaning in that direction. Because and honestly, it's because of the problems I have with my joints. That is why, folks, if I was just the spitting image of health, I don't think I would be thinking much about these things. I would be trying to do some common sense things like eating whole foods and not a bunch of preservative foods and not a ton of sugar. But like I legitimately have joint issues and joint pain and joint flare-ups. And so I have been on Plexus for a while. I'm starting to wonder if it's starting to help, which I would be super excited about because it's super expensive. But if it's helping, boy howdy, I'm gonna save my pennies for that. So just the whole concept is healing your gut. And so another vlogger, I guess, that I had been following talks about the 5 key elements to your health, and making sure you have good sleep, you're eating right, your sleep, eat, stress level. Your stress level makes a difference. We all know that. Exercise. I've been trying to be very diligent with walking about an hour a day. I can't wait for my walk today. It's a beautiful day out. It's just lovely, and it's so good for the mind and body, everything. And then the last thing is toxins. And that one is, I think, a lot harder to kind of weed out of your life because they're kind of everywhere. They're in all the products we use, right? And like, don't come to me for like true knowledge of all this stuff because I really don't know a whole lot. But I'm learning, and I'm finding out that some things are better than others. And so anyway, all that to say, I did finally bite the bullet and bought from, it's called Melaleuca, the wellness company. I have a friend online who just raves about them and the convenience of all of your cleaning products, your beauty products, your all those kinds of things come straight to your door. All right, so that's easy and that's helpful, right? So I bit the bullet, and I'm kind of diving in. We'll see how that goes. Again, this is all for a purpose. This is not just because Heather wants to be crunchy or spend a lot of money or be that annoying person that talks about amazing products all the time. They're not all annoying. But I'm hoping that I can just help my joints, honestly. And so I don't know if I've made progress or not. Sometimes I wonder, but then other times I'm like, I think it actually is improving. Certain parts of my health are improving. So we'll see. I'll keep you updated. We got back, let's see here. We got our last tour. It was pretty special. My husband and boys, my 2 youngest boys, Toby and Brady, joined me on my most recent tour. And so that was it was super fun. When my boys switched from going to a Christian school, and now they are technically still in a private school, but it is all remote. The school actually is in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, but they actually service a ton of homeschoolers throughout the state. Many people in my church are doing this, and so the Lord just made it clear that that was the direction for us this year. And so anyway, all that to say, when we were discovering that our life would look differently this year with my boys being at home and schooling and all of that, my husband was like, I want to come on a tour with you, Heather. And I was kind of like, what? like excited and like, that's crazy. You when is the last time you've really wanted? I don't know, it's a long history there. But he did, and it was super sweet and it was exciting. And so just the way his vacation time worked out this year, he could make it for half the tour. And so that's what he did. He met us in the Grand Rapids, Michigan area, and we finished out the rest of our tour in Michigan. And so that was fun. It was great to have my husband along and enjoy that fellowship. And I thought it would be kind of weird with, my husband, 3 boys coming along halfway through a tour that was just 3 women, but the girls were awesome. Andrea and Katie were great. And I don't know, I just really enjoyed the fellowship and doing it all together. So I thank the Lord for that. That was a blessing. I am actually, so we're kind of moving into some more music news. I'll try not to make this too long, but you know how it goes. I get to rambling. I have had it on my to-do list for a long time to learn this new music notation software called Dorico. I have not wanted to. It's kind of like, and I'm not mocking 80-year-olds. I am not. I feel bad for older people who have to learn all this technology. I feel bad, like this is what you actually must do to live in this kind of day, but it's like they've never done it that way for decades and decades, their whole life. So I feel bad for them. And so I very much understand hating to learn new software and new things that you literally must know to do your work. So anyway, a year ago, maybe even more than a year ago, the Finale program said that they were no longer updating their program. So they'll no longer be producing new versions, which I'm thinking will not sync with your upcoming new computers and all of that. So, there's a little bit of a, expiration date with those using Finale, which I've used ever since I've started writing music. And so have so many people in the business. It is the most popular platform, even though there are others. So anyway, I with many others, bought the program Dorico, which is another music notation program. And so I have dragged my feet incredibly, to finally learn it, but I know I'm there. And actually these next few stretches of weeks, are pretty open, like so open. I'm like, what do I do today? I have things to do today. They're not all things I really, really want to do. That's my issue. And so, I did start learning it yesterday. And so I'm Googling, I'm on YouTube constantly, how do you do this function in Dorico? And there's YouTube videos for everything, right? And so I am slowly learning the program, and I hope every day to put in a little bit more time, and eventually I'll migrate all the way over. And I hear that it's a lot more intuitive. It's a lot better to work with. And so I'm eager to get to that point. Right now I'm just like, how do I put a G? I just want a G quarter note right here. And it's the way to input it is so different from Finale. And so it's like I have to take such baby steps. Anyway, thanks to you who provides for our ministry so that I could make that switch, buy that program last year. I have it. I knew I needed to learn it. So here we are. Anyway, I showed you already. Oh, no, I actually have not showed you. Here's our new CD. Maybe I did. I don't know. Remember, I pressed play 3 times as my 3rd attempt at this video. But I'm excited about our new CD. It's fun to see actual orders coming through for the songs on the CD. It takes a while for the CD songs to get integrated and people to listen to it, and people, I saw you had a new CD, and they learn this 3 months down the road or whatever, if they're not on our email list or on YouTube or Facebook or whatever. So it takes a while for the news to get out that you have a new CD, and so it's fun for me to see orders for some of the songs on this brand new CD. And so I'm excited about that. I am working on some new songs. I'm a little bit of a halt. I have one song I'm wrapping up, kind of an a cappella piece, but I think I will have an accompaniment with it. I have some ideas for that. But I have an idea for another song, but I'm not really sure about it. I came up with a melody sort of, and I'm kind of on the fence. I have to get to a point where I'm like, yes, that's it. I love it. And sometimes it takes a long time with certain songs. And so I'm kind of at that point with the only other song on my front burner, on any burners. And so the one that I'm currently working on wrapping up is actually a song from Psalm 55:22. Cast your burden on the Lord, and he shall sustain you. He shall never permit the righteous to be moved. I was thinking about that one day a few months back. I was on my walk. I was walking around the track, and I had some burdens on my heart that day, and I just started one by one sending up my burdens. And so that thought, and what I love about that verse is actually the last part, well, the middle part, I think, where it says, and he shall sustain you. Because that particular day, I just was feeling really weighed down by certain things that I just really wanted God to work in, and not wait 3 months. I mean, this is kind of a time sensitive thing too, and so I sent up my burdens, and I just had to trust, Lord, you're gonna sustain me, you're gonna give me joy today, you're gonna help me. So I really liked that concept, and so that's where I came up with this song. It's a real fun song. I actually have the new songs that I've been writing. 3 of them so far are I don't know if I'd call them slow and meditative, but they're very much more like emotive and more like a ballad. And I'm so excited about those 3. But I also like to have variety in each CD. So I want to have some that have a lot of energy, and I want some that are a lot more reflective and emotive. And so I try and balance that out. And so this particular song, it's called Up and Away. And it's one by one, I'm sending up my big and little burdens, packaged in a prayer. They're on their way. So it's just kind of that visual of sending up my burdens, and the Lord will sustain us. But in this time of like praying that the Lord would give me a new song to write, I have considered, maybe I should be writing some Christmas music. And I've known this for a while, and I have some people that kind of regularly, one for sure that regularly asks me about Christmas music or puts it in my brain. When's that Christmas CD coming out? Boy, would I love to have a Christmas CD, but I've already explained, I think, that a lot of times Christmas season, well, it goes by so fast, and it's usually so full that I don't want to say I'm not in the Christmas songwriting mood, but it's kind of true. I love the concept of Christmas. The fact that my Savior came to us is a theme that I rejoice in, honestly, throughout the year. So we'll see. If you happen to be one of those people that is just really, really longing for Forever Be Sure to put out some sort of Christmas music, why don't you pray about it with me? See if the Lord will direct me in that regard. Super exciting news. While we were on our tour, we were in Michigan one day. We had the day open. We had some extra time, I guess. And so we were walking around this one city, and I got a call from a really big Forever Be Sure fan and supporter and donor. And he actually, I think, regularly goes to the Bahamas to teach. He's got a lot of Bible knowledge, and I guess I don't know all that he does there. But he's like, hey, you want to come to the Bahamas? What? Of course I want to come to the Bahamas. And actually, I was walking with my husband because my husband was there too. And he had thought of my husband to help teach alongside of him. My husband loves to teach. He is a teacher. He loves the truth, and he loves the Bible. And so he had thought of John coming to help teach, and me coming with a couple other Forever Be Sure people. And so we are planning on going to the Bahamas, people. There's more details about the trip, but the timing could not be better for this Midwesterner. End of January, hello, we're like practically frozen into an ice cube by then. It's time to de-thaw in the Bahamas. So anyway, super excited about that trip coming up. Okay, what else am I gonna say? I'm working on last thing. Oh, we're at 20 minutes here. We'll speed it up here. But we have a 20th anniversary project. I think I already mentioned kind of that. I'm still trying to decide what shape that's going to take, and what I would kind of like to do, and I think I would like to do, is to take some top Forever Be Sure favorites, and even some that we had recorded way long ago on some of our earliest CDs, but they're still popular and they love those songs. Cue, Let My Heart Be Quiet is our most popular song out there. And so to see if maybe I could just have fun with not rewriting the song, but rearranging the song, and seeing having like a 20th anniversary album. That's kind of what I'm thinking right now. If you have another idea of how we can celebrate really what God has done through Forever Be Sure through these past 20 years, almost 20 years, where I have to start thinking ahead of time because it does not happen overnight. And so I'm starting to get the wheels turning. If you have a suggestion, let me know. So lastly, we are starting today our sprinkle campaign. Guys, every year for the past, I guess it's the third year that we've done the sprinkle campaign. And I just can't not do sprinkle campaign. I love sprinkles. They're just so much fun. And donuts, it's part of our brand now. I mean, it just is. And I am not even going to be ashamed of that anymore. So, that is starting today. We are prayerfully seeking to raise $35,000. That's a lot of money. But the Lord, was it last year? I think we had a goal of 41,000 and we exceeded it. And so God was very, very good. So we're setting our sights on $35,000 to help with next year's projects, the ministry, this saving up for, and not even just saving up for, because if I start working on our anniversary project, we'll be spending some of that money next year too. And so, we are, I pray regularly that God will allow people who have been impacted from our ministry to help provide for our ministry, and that God's people will provide for God's work. And truly it's through God. It comes from God's hand, and God uses means, and he uses means like you. And we've seen it happen. God has dropped new people into our laps each year. I think I get my years mixed up, but I'm pretty sure this year at the beginning of the year, kind of, we got, maybe it was last year, I don't know, just new people. That is my prayer too, that God would expand our donor base, that we would have more people that were part of that group of people that faithfully and regularly contributed. And so we're excited to see what the Lord will do. You can donate by online. There's a link. I'll put a link with this video. Or you can mail in a check to Forever Be Sure, make it out to Forever Be Sure, and you can send it to my home address, and that info will be here with this video as well. Or lastly, you can give me a call. We'll chat it up, and we can process a credit card donation over the phone. So however we can connect, this season I have come to find out is a season of me doing a lot of connecting with people, and that is great. It's so fun to talk to people who've been so impacted by our music and our ministry. So hey, we are at 24 minutes almost, and thanks for listening. This is just another update. Don't have my donuts here with me, but that's coming in a few days. Hopefully I'll find some with sprinkles. All right, thanks for listening. Have a great week, and we'll talk to you later.